It's 4 a.m. and this young dude, he's on the roof of this luxury car dealership. And he ties off a rope and he opens the hatch to the roof. And then he rappels down into the showroom, Mission Impossible style. And there he looks around at all the luxury cars until he finally sees the one he wants. A banana yellow Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. And he breaks into it by getting the locks open. And then he disables the alarm on the building. And then he drives the Lambo out of the dealership, speeding away in his brand new car. Now, this Lamborghini he stole isn't just a Lamborghini. It happens to belong to celebrity chef and restaurant owner Guy Fieri, who had just taken it to that dealership to get it serviced. Now, the dude who stole it, his name is Max. And Max is 16, he's a high school dropout, but he's kind of a sharp guy. He had learned how to repel and disable alarms by watching YouTube tutorials. So he steals Guy Fieri's Lambo, and he can cruise around the city in it sometimes, but he doesn't really want to get caught. So the car, most of the time, sits parked in a storage unit he rented. Meanwhile, Guy Fieri, he keeps getting phone calls from his friends. Like, hey bro, I saw you driving around town today in your Lambo. Of course, it isn't him driving. It's actually Max. Now, stealing cars isn't the only illegal thing Max does. He actually makes money with a side business selling fake IDs to high school students. And this business is where things start getting crazy for him. Because one day, he sells a fake ID to this girl, Eva. Now Max, he likes Eva. He thinks she is fine, and he really wants to impress her. And yeah, he's got this cool banana yellow Lambo. What more does he need? I mean, sometimes he'll even pull up to meet up with her in this Lambo, like he's trying to flex. But unfortunately, Eva isn't really interested in Max. She only talks to him because she wants to buy another fake ID from him. So Eva and Max, they start texting back and forth often enough. And she's always asking him about this fake ID he's gonna sell her. But Max, he's decided he wants more. And so he makes his move. And he asks her, so what are you doing on Valentine's Day? And that is when Eva drops a bomb on him. She's like, I'm gonna be with my boyfriend. Now this absolutely crushes Max. He is devastated. He doesn't like the fact that she has a boyfriend one bit. And he gets pissed off and he's like sitting in his room just thinking about it, marinating. Now Eva's boyfriend is this guy, Landon. And Max, he finds Landon on Facebook and he starts talking trash to him and he threatens to fight him. And of course, none of this wins Eva over. So then Max, he comes up with a plan. He's gonna unalive Landon so that Eva will have to love him. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's gonna work out all that well. So 2 months later, after Eva had rejected Max's Valentine's Day text, Max sets his plan into motion. He goes to a motorcycle shop and he buys a black motorcycle helmet and all black motorcycle gear so that no one will recognize him. The next day, he puts on the gear and he gets a pew-pew and he gets on his motorcycle. Then he rides over to Landon's house. Now at Landon's house, he just happens to be sitting outside in his truck. So Max pulls up next to his truck and he pulls out a pew-pew and he aims it at Landon sitting in the cab and he's ready to fire. Here's the thing. Max doesn't know this, but Landon isn't the only one in that truck. Eva is actually sitting in the passenger seat next to him, but Max doesn't see her. So Max, he aims the pew-pew at Landon and he pulls the trigger. Blam, blam, he fires 5 times and bullets come flying through Landon's window and he and Eva have to duck down. And at that moment, Max accidentally fumbles and he drops the pew-pew. So Landon, he sees this opportunity and he floors it, speeding away. And they haul ass to a nearby taco shop and they call 911. And then police come out and they investigate and they have no idea who this shooter is. But surveillance footage got him getting gas at a nearby gas station right before the shooting. And then 2 of the detectives investigating, they look at this footage and they just happen to be motorcycle enthusiasts. And they recognize the brand of helmet that Max is wearing. And only one motorcycle shop in the area sells that brand of helmet. So they go to the shop, they ask for the surveillance footage, and on it, they see Max buying the helmet and the black gear he wore during the shooting. Now detectives, they don't know his name is Max. But remember, Max had been threatening Landon on Facebook. So police put 2 and 2 together and they realize the guy who was threatening Landon on Facebook is also the guy who was shooting at him. Now these detectives, they don't want to just roll up and arrest Max right away. No, they want to find the pew-pew he used during the shooting and the motorcycle he was riding that day so that they can tie him directly to the crime. So they approach Eva and they ask her to help them catch Max. They have her call him and ask him to meet up while they record the phone call. So Eva calls him, and she's like, "Hey Max, I need a new fake ID, let's meet up." And then she asks him if he can bring that sweet banana yellow Lambo. And Max is like, "All right, sweet." So he goes to the storage unit, and he gets the Lambo out, and he drives it over to where Eva is. And now detectives, they're on the lookout, and they spot him driving. Because, you know, a yellow Lambo's kind of hard to miss. And so they see him and they start tailing him. And then other detectives, they instruct Eva to text Max and cancel the meetup. So then Max is like, "Oh, bummer." And he has to turn around and drive his Lambo back to the storage unit. Now detectives are still low-key following him. And so he leads them right there. Right to the storage unit where he had been hiding the stolen Lambo, the pew-pew he used during the shooting, and the motorcycle he was riding that day. So then, boom, they arrest Max, here's his mugshot, and he's charged with attempted murder and a bunch of other stuff, and he gets sentenced to 21 years to life. Shout out to Flavortown, I guess.